It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen. He got to the century mark in receiving last week with a pair of scores. It's the Chargers and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to... Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately, one touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, this unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game, because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And one of the linebackers has got it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. We know turnover margin always key, going to be really key in this one. And to force an opening drive turnover, that's huge.
It is, and you know something? There's one coach on every team that weighs in at the worst possible time, right? And this is bad. He just fumbled the football. Can't you just hear him right now? Son, you messed it up for everyone on that one. Messed up our offense, and now you put our defense in a bad spot.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 105 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Chargers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking, if we fall 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot. Find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Herbert now. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding, offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Garoppolo. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for it in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Looking deep for Adams. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. It's taken to the 26. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48, gain of just 1. from the 48-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, go Lion. Ready?
Back to throw here, Herbert. A little short pass. This is Everett, and he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA's Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
This drive didn't end well.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Second and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw taken in by Adams. And Devontae's going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this up to the 43.
Here we go.
Now Garoppolo. That's the tight end, Jesper Horsted. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Myers may be one of the most unsung wide receiver ones of the last 2 seasons with over 800 yards of steady production both years. The Raiders add him to a loaded receiver room, and they'll rely on him to move the chains as he did in New England.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They never went crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Renfrow bringing it in over the middle.
Here we go, here we go.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's got his target. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
Jacobs diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call on a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stick looks to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hope it didn't come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Here's Stick looking to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Off play action, it's Stick. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Stick back to pass. It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stick. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders will take... their own 14-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. To throw is Garoppolo. That one complete to Horsted. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hands, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 59 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Eckler's long been one of the most underrated players in the NFL, but he's now starting to get his due. 915 yards, a career best last season, with 13 touchdowns on the ground.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he powers his way up past the 30. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Stick. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And now another one thrown incomplete. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Chargers ready to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman, the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job on the big fellas up front.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll drop to throw. Steps away. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Easton Stick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams, 75 yards. And the Raiders have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Garoppolo going to stay on the field with the Raider offense. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
At the 28-yard line.
They're going to go play action now with Stick. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 4th down, here's Stick. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. Up the middle with Eckler. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stick from the gun. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On 2nd and 10, it's Stick. Touchdown, Chargers! Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The approach is dropping a lot of confidence out there. The last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on the first 2 throws has him huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Powering his way forward. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Shifts by him. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's caught at the 3. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. A shotgun throw for Stick. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Listen, when you're at this point in the game, all options are on the table. 4th down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
On the give, this is Eckler. He will push his way down to about the 14.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. Second down, 8 yards to go. Stick. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
Here's first and goal. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll conserve whatever time he can as they'll opt to bring it out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now he's loose again. He's on his way. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they will take a knee here. So this one a victory for the Raiders.